And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and it is Sunday, and you know what that means. It's time for weekly purchases, that time of the week where we investigate what came through the door via DHL, Amazon, UPS, United States Postal Service, FedEx, and of course, that old outlaw, that cagey outlaw to the north, old Waylon Jennings. And a big week of weekly purchases this week once again. A lot of varied stuff, a lot of different toy lines represented in weekly purchases, and of course we'll talk about that, digest all that in the back half of this very video. But of course, got to start it off with some housekeeping, and some big time housekeeping going on this week, as Friday, March 1st, just a couple days ago, it was the official release of my Jakks Classic Superstars book. A true labor of love, if there ever was one, is this book. Been working on it for probably about a year or so, year and some change, give or take. What is time, as one may say. The book is officially up on Amazon, softcover edition. About a week or so later, hopefully the hardcover will be ready to go. That will be exclusive to Barnes & Noble. Of course, follow me on the social medias, SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Instagram and Threads, and of course here on YouTube. I'll have all the links. The links for the Amazon is in this video. I'll let you guys know when the Barnes & Noble one is up and ready to go. You can get softcover over there. You'll also be able to get the exclusive hardcover at Barnes & Noble. But it is officially out, a true labor of love, like I said, if there ever was one. Forward by the great Jeremy Padower. Forward from good friend of the channel, Jeff George. And everything you could want to know about the Jakks Classic Superstars line. Almost 700 pages in this book. It is a thick book, and yes, it is an expensive book. Now, normal retail on this book for softcover, $99.99. Yes, sticker shock if there ever was one. However, $68 currently on Amazon as I'm filming this. I guess Amazon, something with their algorithms, if people are searching and it's kind of trending, I guess you could say, they do drop the price. And I'm totally open and honest about this. I've even heard some people I knew would come, oh my gosh, that book's so expensive, it's not worth that. You know, you got to choose with your wallet, vote with your wallet, all that kind of stuff. But to get a book printed like this, of this magnitude, this size, all color edition, guess what? It is not cheap. I am not Stephen King at the end of the day. I don't have book publishers knocking at my door. When's your next novel coming out? That's not the case. This is a true labor of love. And I'll tell you how the sausage is made too. And I'm going to do a separate video on this, I believe, for the channel, maybe dissecting some of this Classic Superstars stuff. And I'll do that video on the channel, so stay tuned for that. But the sausage, how it is made is, this book, just to be printed at Amazon, is $68. So they're selling it at $68, and it prints, the cost to print it is $68. So then you're like, well, how does it get to $99 from there? Well, for every one of these books sold, I get like $5 and a couple of cents. That's what I take home. So I get $5. Do what you want with it. I'm going to get rich on these $5. One $5 bill at a time. So that puts it at, like, let's just call it $75. Then there's taxes in there and stuff. Amazon, of course, is shipping, doing all the work on this. Then they're paying me, doing all the invoicing, the returns, you name it. They're doing all the work. So the rest of that money all goes to Amazon. So this isn't some kind of cash grab that I'm making $30, $40 a book. That is far from the case. And the hardcover one, it is going to be very expensive. It's going to be well over $100 over at Barnes & Noble. That's just the cost to do business. Now, there is different ways I could have done it. I'll put it in that video. It just didn't make financial sense to do that. It's just not. And I'm open and honest about all these things. That's just the way it is. But I know a lot of you guys have supported the book already. It really does mean a lot. It is truly a piece of me right here. And as I always say, it's a complete collection in a book. There's a lot of people that want this line, would love to collect this toy line. It's just not possible for one reason or another. In a little ways, this is having the complete collection right here. So very fun to get this out. Very happy to have this out to the masses. I hope you guys enjoy. I will be selling autographed copies if anybody wants that. It feels strange to me that people would. I'm also going to have a special bookmark to go with this. So if you want to do that, reach out to me on social media. You can find me all over the place. Just send me a direct message. We'll work something out. I will get this out to you. But pick it up right now at Amazon. Like I said, it is $68. Amazon's eating a lot of that fee. Hey, let's let Amazon eat the fee instead of you or me. So I'm here for that all day long. And then let's see where it goes from here. Maybe some future books around the corner and a few other future projects around the corner. Full of surprises over here. But once again, book for sale right now. Stay tuned to the social medias. Much more to come in the very near future. So there it is. A little cheap book plug out of the way. And I guess let's not stop it. How about March Patreon giveaway? Month of March, I'm going to give one of these books away to the Patreon winner out there. So that will be the giveaway for the month of March. A copy of this book. I'll autograph it if you want to. Of course, I'll reach out to you, the winner, and see what they want to do. If they don't want it autographed, I understand that too. So it'll be up to you. Choose your own adventure at the end of the day. But March Patreon this month. Check it out. Link in the description below. Head over to the Patreon. Support the channel. There you go. Whoa, 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 stop the clock. Future Kyle here, busting into the weekly purchases from, of course, the future. And let me tell you, the future's pretty beautiful right here. It's a beautiful time in the future. You'll see it soon, trust me. But I'm busting into, of course, weekly purchases with a little break-in toy news segment. As I film weekly purchases and toy news on Friday afternoons, well, of course, Friday night, AEW hit us with some news. Saturday morning, we got some more news from our friend McFarlane on the couch. You think he'd give me a heads up? But nah, not Todd. He's a cagey one, that guy. And some epic toy news. So we're going to dive into that. But I first want to make mention of this. As of Saturday, I'm filming this. We're back in business. As I did talk about it in my weekend videos, this did go up for pre-order, or not even pre-order, up for sale. The order's the order, friends. There's people getting this book already. Appreciate everybody that's been picking this book up. But the demand was so big on Amazon, it went out of stock. And that is pretty wild for a book like this to have happen. As I'm filming this right now, it is #1 in wrestling books. Wrestling, not wrestling figure books. #1 in wrestling books. #1 in antique and collectibles. And #1 in like antique collectible action figures. So pretty amazing, actually, to think about that. Of course, this is my first ever book, but it is up for sale on Amazon right now. Link in the description below. Pick it up. If you want an autographed copy, just reach out to me on social media, wherever. I will have a special bookmark for people that order that. I can sign whatever you want in there. I will also ship it back to you, obviously, as well. So check that out. Hit me up. But, man, appreciate all the support. A lot more to come. A lot of different podcasts, things like that in the next few weeks. A lot of fun stuff coming with the book. So I appreciate all you guys and gals, especially those gals out there, the support on the book. A very humbling edition. I'm happy to everybody that's got their copy in the mail so far. So I wanted to plug that real quick. I know you guys are sick of hearing it, but somebody's got to plug it. If I don't, who will? Who will? There you go. But we do got some news here. Let's go into it really quick. AEW Supreme, it's back. I've been telling you guys, and the gals, I guess, out there, that the Supreme line isn't dead. It's just dormant for now. It will be coming back. I didn't know what it was coming back with, but it is back in the saddle again like a young Aerosmith, as we got the Walmart exclusive Sting Supreme. It's Sting week. Sting figures left and right. We're here for it. I'm here for it. Sting's last match, of course, Sunday on the 3rd. Can't wait to see that. But Sting Supreme looking amazing. You got 3 heads and a mask with this one. You got 2 different shirts, a coat, a baseball bat, playing all them Stinger hits, pinless joints. Oh my gosh, give me all these Stings. As of right now, I'm picking up 4 of these. I want to display 3 loose, 1 mint on card. I'm here all day long. So coming very soon, March 14th, 15th, the Collector Con at Walmart. Be there or be square, and nobody wants to be square. We know that. AEW team also showed off some grayscale prototypes of Adam Copeland, of course, the former Edge. Pretty awesome to see that one here. And it's crazy. Edge has been around for a while. He's been in AEW for like 4, 5, 6 months. What is time at this point? But they're going to rush him to the line very soon. We saw some pretty good grayscale images of him. I am here for that. I'm here for that. Hard to not say Edge. I almost said Edge. Adam Copeland, the old Cope. We're here for that. So we did see those as well. Then overseas, all beautiful this time of year as well. We did see some epic toys and figure collection announcements this week, or some images out there. We did see the updated Bobby Heenan. So we saw the first time seeing it in person. Man, this looks like it's straight out of the Bobby Heenan show back in the day, an all-timer of a show. Bobby Heenan coming soon. We saw Atsushi Onita, DDP, and then a sleeper. One I'm shocked that has not been done. It is one Boris Zukov. Would love to see a big rubber guy, Boris Zukov, but I don't know. I don't know how well that would sell. But I'm here for this. That guy, a little step above a jobber. Of course, his team with Nikolai Volkov, most known maybe for WrestleMania, getting beat by the Hart Foundation in quick fashion, as we do know. But Boris Zhukov's a cool one. I would love an Elite. I would love any figure from Boris Zhukov. Huge head on that guy. Big watermelon head on him. But I'm here for all those. Epic Toys doing really, really good stuff. Check out the British Bulldogs, Demolition, Powers of Pain unboxings on the channel. Really, really good figures. Really excited to see where these lines go here throughout 2024 and beyond. Looking very good. And then we saw figure collections. We saw the Sinister Minister and Jeff Jarrett. Those should be coming sooner rather than later. We're still waiting for our Macho Man. We're still waiting for our Ultimo Dragons and Sonny Onos. Hopefully those are going to be in our hand very, very soon. It's been a long time on those. We're dreaded to the conspiracy here in the next couple of weeks. We'll see what happens with those. And then the final bit of toy news comes from Todd McFarlane on the couch working on Saturday. Man, the hardest working man in the toy industry is Todd McFarlane. Some new DC page punchers. Ghost of Krypton Superman, kind of looks like a cyborg Superman, I guess we'll call it on that one. And then one I'm very familiar with, as I just recently unboxed for Kyle Peterson 2.0, possibly the all-time greatest peg warmer, yes, peg warmer, Todd, of all time in the McFarlane line is that General Zod figure. I just unboxed that and the Scarecrow. It'll probably be on 2.0 here in the next couple of weeks, early on Patreon, as you guys do know. But some of the hottest garbage Todd ever put out was those two figures. Now, we're getting another run back with General Zod in a little translucent plastic. And you know, that's all it takes to win me over is a little translucent plastic, Todd, as he wiggles his toes in excitement over there from the couch. But that is it. A little break-in, a little bit of action figure news. Now back to the weekly purchases. Now let's get into the week that was here on the channel. A very varied week on the channel. A little bit slower the last couple of weeks. I think with Chinese New Year, the new year starting off, and I think things are going to start ramping up here in the next couple of weeks. So going to be busy times. It's always pretty busy. But this week, of course, our weekly Jakks Classic Superstars video. Every single Tuesday on this very YouTube channel for 5 years before things are all said and done. Patreon members, you got enough videos to carry you to the end of 2025. That's how far ahead we are in those Jakks Class Superstars videos. So very timely with the book. Every Tuesday, a new Jakks Class Superstars. And we just finished off the single series line on this Tuesday's video. So if you're into that very end of the road Jakks figures, check out that video this week on the channel. We unboxed Keldor Masterverse, an interesting figure. Old Bill Shatner, oh, good friend of the channel, Bill Shatner. The Metaluna Mutant, of course, from Super 7, unboxed that this week. The Epic Toys Retro British Bulldogs and the Ringside Collectible Exclusive DX. Unboxed both those retro figures this week on the channel. Did a throwback unboxing from about a year ago. Finally got around to unboxing it. It is the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. I guess we'll call it the Bell to Bell Collection, the Ringside Exclusives. We unboxed those on the channel. Did an old school throwback Kamala Legends Series 2 Mattel unboxing on the channel. We unboxed the latest and greatest Championship Showdown pack with the British Bulldog and Shawn Michaels. Check out that one if you did miss it. We unboxed a basic Sammy KO, the little WrestleMania 2-pack. I guess I made it a 2-pack in the video. We'll call it with that. Superfly, Jimmy Snuka, top 5. Dangerous individual, the old Superfly, as we do know. AEW Mystery Box time. What's in the box? Check out that review on the channel. Power Rangers Super 7 White Ranger. Finally got that through the door. Unboxed that on the channel. And a sleeper figure for 2024 so far. Elkhorn, Dungeons & Dragons, NECA. Unboxed that on the channel. Dark Wolf from Frazetta Girls. New toy line out there, but it is Dark Wolf from A Tale of Fire and Ice. If you were a kid of the 80s, maybe you remember that little cartoon action. Maybe you don't. Check that out. And of course, Kyle Peterson 2.0 videos going every single day over there as well. Turtle Tuesday, we did Ace Duck. We did a Green Arrow, an off-the-rails Green Arrow DC McFarlane. Todd from the couch representing in that video. We unboxed that. DC Superpowers, once again from McFarlane. The Whirly Bat vehicle for Batman, we unboxed that. Steel DC Multiverse Chase Edition unboxed this week. And then we did unbox Nightmare Batman, the McFarlane Toy Store exclusive, Todd. We unboxed that on the channel. Storm from the Aquaman line, a vehicle, a beast, I don't know what we call it. I'm going to say it's a vehicle. It's more of a vehicle than everything. He rides it. So we got to unbox Storm, that was on there. And then we unboxed the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger Red Ranger Lightning Collection on the channel this week. So a lot of videos as usual. No rest for the wicked like a young Ozzy Osbourne. But now we got to turn our attention to the question of the week. All right, question of the week time. If you want to be the question of the week, put your question down in the comments below of this very video, and you may be the question of the week next week on the channel. And gotta give a special shout out to my boy Sting. Apparently his final match is tonight. We'll see if that holds true, but it feels like it will. But it is his last match. Of course, you know me, I love face paints. I was a kid of the 80s and 90s. Ultimate Warrior, Sting, Demolition, Legion of Doom, some of my all-time favorites, Always sad for a brother in paint to hang up the boots, but the time has come, the time is now, as a wise man once said. So shout out to the old Stinger. I'm sure he's watching. Shout out to Sting. There it is. My old buddy Steve. There it is. The question of the week this week from Corey Hillard, 1333. When do you sleep? Oh, a beautiful question there. When do you sleep? And that's one of the questions I get the most from people out there is, Kyle, how do you find time to do all this? How do you do all this? How do you make this all work? And I'm going to, once again, we're talking about how the sausage is made, I guess, is what we're going to talk about it on this channel, in this video, I guess is what we're doing with the book and now this. But when do you sleep? Well, I do sleep, you know, a few hours every night, 4 to 5 hours, something like that. But I always say, and I always tell people, because a lot of times, like, how do you put out so many videos? I can barely get one video done a week. Well, it really comes down, and maybe it's a little bit blunt, but how bad do you want it? How bad do you want to do anything in life? You know, you've got to have a strong work ethic, no doubt about it, to do as many videos as I do. And let me be frank. I should be Kyle, but we'll pretend I'm Frank. I do work 60 hours a week at a very high-stress job. We'll call it that. A lot of you guys know what I do for a living. But it's a very, very stressful job, as you can imagine. So 60 hours a week, right out of the week, off the books. I'm stuck at work. I'm doing things with that. So that's a big chunk of the time. Then you add in sleep, 4 to 5 hours a night, whatever it may be, something like that. That's a pretty good chunk of time. Then, of course, you got a beautiful wife and kids, Kyle. You got to spend time with them. And yeah, I guess I do. Shout out to my wife, Angie. What a saint. Of course, you can imagine. She's a saint. She's been on the channel. So you spend time with them. You eat dinner with them. You do that kind of thing. Luckily, the kids are still young. They got to go to bed a little bit earlier. They got school. But at night, that's when the magic happens. That's when I'm editing videos. That's when I'm working on a lot of stuff. That's when I'm putting that book together throughout the night, doing those kind of things. Now, the majority of my videos, guess what? I film them on the weekends. That's my day off from my day job, kinda. It's kind of a 24/7 thing. But that's when I film most of my stuff, and I film the lion's share of my stuff every single Sunday. I get up extremely early. I hammer out video after video after video all night. So that's what I do. The majority of the stuff is filmed in one day. I do piece in a few things here and there. Maybe I got a time or in between something or whatever. I'll film a video. That's kind of how I do it, and then I edit at nights and things like that. So it is a lot of work, but once again, it's a labor of love. You're not getting rich doing these kind of things. That's why I'm great I have a day job, because I don't know, it would be fun to have YouTube as a full-time job. That would be the greatest thing ever. But would it be? It's a dangerous double-edged sword on that as I start rambling on right here, because then something that you're so passionate about, you love so much, and it kind of is a stress relief at the end of the day from your day job, becomes your day job, becomes the thing that puts the food on the table for your family, and that's a dangerous precedent. There's something special about knowing what you got coming in the mail every 2 weeks as far as a paycheck, where YouTube, it's all over the place. And, you know, I'll never make money on this channel the way we do this channel. It's just not possible. It is fun, but people saying, oh, he makes all this, you make all this. Yeah, but it's all going back into the channel. It's all buying these action figures and things. So yeah, I see where they're saying that, but this isn't my full-time job, and that's one misconception out there that people, oh, he just does this full-time. No, I find a way to do this full-time, to have 2 more than full-time jobs, but it's all about the passion, it's all about the fun, and sleep, you'll sleep when you're dead. That's what I say, and that's when I'll get my final deep sleep. Hopefully later, hopefully not sooner, but what is time? As we all said, it could be tomorrow. Time waits for no one, as they do say as well. So there it is, the question of the week. If you want to be the question of the week, put it in the comments down below, and you too could be the question of the week. But now it's time for the good old-fashioned weekly purchases. All right, time for round number 1 of weekly purchases. 2 or 3 rounds this week. Nothing too crazy, but you know what they say. I've always been crazy. It keeps me from going insane. Like a young Waylon Jennings. Shout out to old Waylon. First pickup this week. I don't know if you heard about this book yet. I don't know if you've heard about it in this video, but Jakks Class Superstars, of course, the book is out now. I did pick up my own copies. I ordered them just like everybody else from Amazon to get, and like I said, I will have autographed copies with a little nice bookmark, whatever you want me to put inside here, just let me know. But I did pick up some of these, so I will have them, and hopefully you guys get yours very soon. I have to imagine some people will have them by the time this video drops. You may have this in hand, so very cool thing to see. Feel free to tag me on social media, all that kind of fun stuff. So shout out to the book once again. There you go. But let's dive into the weekly purchases. Already unboxed this one. You can't keep a good dwarf down. I've always learned that. Elkhorn the Dwarf, had to unbox this. A very special figure for me for crazy reasons for being a kid. Check out the review. But an absolute amazing figure. Have to imagine an easy top 10 NECA figure for 2024. I guess more on that to come in the future. But how about a little Super 7 this week going on? Super 7 through the door. Finally, after about a 2-year wait, the Slayer Minotaur is here. And of course, we know you don't fight a Minotaur, you don't ride a Centaur. We all know this, and this is a Minotaur I would not mess with. Slayer, shout out to them. Very timely with them reuniting for a couple of shows. They said it would never happen. Well, here we are. Here we are. But we got the Slayer Minotaur Super 7 through the door. Check out the review if you missed it. I did pick up another one of these, Super 7 Ultimate Cobra Trooper. You do know we unboxed this on the channel a month ago. What is time? You can have 2 different versions. You can have a white soldier and a black soldier. Had to have one of each in my collection, so I picked up another one of those at Entertainment Earth using discount code Kyle, saving 10% and getting free shipping. You know how that goes. I also got this one. Ooh, I'm not sure how I feel about this one, and we'll unbox it this week probably. Nosferatu Color Edition Super 7 Ultimate. We unboxed the black and white one. We unboxed the NECA one. Now we're going to see what all the fuss is about with this one, and I'm not so sure. We'll talk about it in the review. But what is old is new again from Super 7 once again. I did get the Metaluna Mutant. Of course, we remember the Metaluna Mutant. This one, however, glow-in-the-dark edition. Going to be great in that glow-in-the-dark closet. Coming real soon. We're going to light the way in that closet. Going to be brighter than the sun in that closet is what's going to happen. And then we're not done. Had an unfortunate turn of events this week. Some heartbreak and the dreaded disappointment. The 1-2 punch. The old double whammy. I walked into my Masters Universe room, which is also a Thundercats room. I walked in there, and unfortunately what happened? Well, my boy Mongor, of course, Mongor Super 7 Ultimate Thundercats, he took a header off the top shelf. His arm snapped and broke. That has only happened a few times in my life, but man, absolutely horrific when it's an expensive figure like a Mongor, and especially a figure that I absolutely love. Easily going to be a top 10 figure this year for Super 7. So, had to buy another one. I hated to do it, but I couldn't just look at that Mongor. And now I'm going to glue that one together, use the extra head, but I have to have a pristine one, and that's where this Mongor ends up coming in. So, a tough week for me with some Super 7 stuff in the price point department, but also the breakage department. So, there you go. I did get from Ringside Collectibles, and I did get these 2-pack of Defenders for their brand new retro wrestling figures. Had to get those there because I'm part of the Double Up Club still on those. And speaking of those, of course, we got the DX set here. We unboxed it already on the channel. Check out the review if you did miss that. So I had to have those. And then the final thing for round number 1, already unboxed this as well, getting ahead of a few things here. Bulldog, Shawn Michaels, the latest championship showdown. A very, very fun 2-pack. Picked that one up, unboxed it on the channel. So there it is, round number 1 of weekly purchases. All right, time for round number 2 of weekly purchases. It's going to be a quick little round here and a quick round 3 as I can't reach everything from where I'm sitting. So we're going to do 2 more rounds of weekly purchases. But through the door this week, we got 3 of them. It is the Mattel Creations Old Rock-On. So I got Rock-On here, of course. One for my Mint on Card collection, one for my loose collection, and then one to help out good friend of the channel, Midwest professional wrestling legend Gage Octane. How can I stumble on my words? Shout out to old Gage Octane. Got these going, rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling, truly with Rock-On this week, and we turn our attention to more Masters stuff very soon, it sounds like, from Mattel Creations. We got those 3 through the door this week. And how about a little bit of Mythic Legions? And I can never pronounce these guys' name. Arthur? We'll just call him Arthur. But we got Arthur through the door. We got him going on really good. And then we got the Mythic Legions horse here. What's this guy's name? Athon? Athon, yep. So we had to get those 2. So I got those 2, the horse and his rider. His steed and his rider, I guess we can call it. So I did get those through the door this week. Of course, you guys know me, I dabble on the Mythic Legions. Can't pronounce any of their names, but I dabble in them. I dabble. So we got those through the door as well. Then I picked up a little something special at our good friends DJC Collectibles. 8 off DJC to save 8%. Red Hood, the new 52. Got the limited edition one. I did miss out on the Big Bad Toy Store. This was a Big Bad Toy Store exclusive at one time. I missed out on it because I was in a meeting. Luckily, DJC has it for all you Canadian fans up there. Head up old DJC, but I order from them a lot, and you'll see more of that in round number 3. Did pick this one up from Amazon on one of those flash deals. I'm slowly building this Darkest Night thing. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, but I think I'm 1 figure away from being to complete the Build-A-Figure. So it's been a slow Build-A-Figure process, but we'll get there eventually. We'll get there. Did get Kid Flash through the door. And then I've seen this one on my figure hunts the last couple of months, and I always say, man, waiting for clearance, waiting for clearance. Well, Amazon had a flash sale on some McFarlane stuff this week, like Kid Flash. Ended up getting the old Justice Buster. You guys know me, I'm a sucker for a big figure, and this Justice Buster is a big figure, so I did pick him up this week. And then very similar, once again, I had an Amazon gift card in there. They had a flash sale again. I ended up getting this for like $36, I think, all in. It is the Batman family. It is a 5-pack right here. So this came out about a year ago, something like that. I never pulled the trigger, but for around 35 bucks, I said, you know what? I'm going to give it a whirl, and that's exactly what I did right there. So a little McFarlane through the door, and that's it for round 2. We're going to turn our attention to the third and final round. All right, time for the third and final round of weekly purchases this week, and we continue on with DJC Collectibles. I did get the brand new Jokerized Batgirl from DJC Collectibles, so she is in stock over there. One I'm extremely excited about, and we're starting a little X-Men adventure here in weekly purchases. It is the Wolverine Logan Sabretooth 2-pack. DJC Collectibles in stock right now. Had to get this one. I'm a Wolverine guy. I'm very excited about this anniversary year for Wolverine with all the figures, all the 2-packs coming out. Had to pick this one up. There was no doubt about it. But we were not done with a little X-Men fever. We got the brand new X-Men 97 wave. We got the Goblin Queen. We got the Executioner, one I've really been wanting in the line, throwing back to the old Toy Biz days. We got Cyclops, another one a lot of people wanting in the line. Cyclops. Nightcrawler, like a young Judas Priest. Nightcrawler looking good this week. And it continues with Jean Grey. There she is, looking good, looking only like she could look. And finally, we got Magneto of X-Men 97. Round 2 wave is now complete. Once again, pick these up at DJC Collectibles. So DJC Collectibles, the gold star this week, coming in hot on all kinds of figures. So a busier week than I imagined in weekly purchases. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Very light on the wrestling. Have to imagine next week, it sounds like Ringside is shipping Unrivaled 14. I should have that sometime next week. So we'll begin the unboxing process of those when those do come through the door. But I got a lot of stuff to keep you busy this weekend, no doubt about it, in the unboxing. So make sure you check out these unboxings when they come to the channel. But what did you get this week? More importantly, what did you find out there? What did you pick up? Let me know your weekly purchases in the comments down below. Of course, don't forget to put your question down there if you want to be the question of the week next week. Always fun to be the question of the week. A shout out to that one. And of course, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bell, as I always do say. Don't forget about Patreon. The book will be the giveaway the month of March. Thanks to everybody that's supporting the book out there. It means a lot to me. Like I said, it's a true labor of love. It's not a get-rich thing. It would be great to get rich on it, but it's not going to happen. I'm never going to make the money back I put into it, especially with my own time. Time is money. We always have to remember that. But it is a passion project. It is something I'm glad that's out there, and it's something that'll live on forever and hopefully help collectors out there in the future long after I'm gone. So truly a passion project, and I really do appreciate everybody that has picked up a copy and sent over nice words and stuff. It does mean a lot at the end of the day. So thank you one and all. Of course, don't forget, like I said, Patreon. March's giveaway is the book. Of course, best way to support this YouTube channel. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. Big sale over there going on right now. So if you want to get a t-shirt, be it my shirt or a Terry Funk shirt, now is the time to do that, no doubt about it. And then, of course, don't forget social media. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for another round of weekly purchases, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.